Hey guys, my name is Peter and welcome back to a new series I'm starting right now, which is called Casual Genshin Review. I'm simply thinking, wow, that name sounds familiar. And it is because this is basically a copy of NickyBoi Casual Champion Review. You guys know who he is. So basically his series is that he pick a character and he just play a league game with them while he talk about them and discuss them. And in the end, he rate them. Well, I plan on doing the same, where I pick a character and make a Genshin team with them and play through the game. However, the laptop I'm recording this on is so bad that after recording this video for 4 different times, every time there's a gameplay footage, the video just got completely wrecked. So it's the fifth time, and I just kind of gave up on this. So I'm thinking, is there a way to make the video look interesting while I'm just yapping about a character? So I realized Raiden Shogun is one of the characters who have the coolest of cutscene as we've seen right now. So I feel like it is actually quite cool to just have her compilation of cutscene playing in the background while I talk about her character. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. And yeah, other than that, let's get started. So for this series, I will be mostly talking about three main factors: characterization and lore, character design, and overall gameplay. So yeah, the reason I picked Raiden Shogun as like my first character for this series isn't like she's my favorite character or anything. Well, I like her a lot compared to what she used to be. But I feel like she's one of the more controversial character within the community. So, and I also have a lot of things to say about her. So I feel like she's a very suitable character for the first episode of this series. Anyway, let's jump straight into her characterization and lore. So basically, Raiden Shogun is the puppet created by A, and A is part of a twin. So there used to be two of them, A and Makoto. However, Makoto, the true Electro Archon, she went to Korea during the cataclysm and died there. So A, her younger sister, A really the younger sister since they are technically twin, but maybe she is the younger sister, right? Basically, what I was saying is that A have to took up the mantle of both the fighter, the protector of Inazuma, and the leader. And yeah, that is a very cool premise. However, the way she go, oh hello, Signora. God, she looks so fucking good. I love Signora, man. But anyway, as I was saying, the way she go about doing that is she create the Riding Shogun puppet, and then she just hide inside the sword for 500 years. And I don't know about you guys, but as a leader, that is, how do I say it? It is such a bad way to lead your nation. Like you basically create an AI and then just let it do every decision while you just go on vacation or in her case meditate. She basically doesn't even interact with her nation, and that is such a obvious flaw that I don't know how the character A overlooked that. But anyway, that law or that flaw is what gave rise to the Inazuma Archon quest and her two story quests. And yeah, overall, the Inazuma story quest or Archon quest doesn't really do much in terms of like uh develop her. They basically just characterize her as like a very strong opposing force. And yes, it's kind of work, but at the end of the day, it still feel very shallow and uninspiring. Well, I guess that's the overall issue with like the Inazuma Orphan Quest. It's very rushed. We barely got anything with Ryder. Oh wow, yeah. This scene, the Kazuha scene, one of my favorite. But anyway, yeah, in the Archon Quest, she doesn't really get that much development. So, haven't played her story quest. If I haven't played her story quest, I would not like her very much. But that's where her story quest came in. And her first story quest is basically just a dating sim. Like I know it serves a purpose of like making her see the current Inazuma and see how things have changed. But overall, the execution could have been a lot better. It is effectively just a dating sim, and it served its purpose fine enough. But yeah, could have been better. However, her second story quest, that is where the peak kick in. The developments she have in that quest is amazing. Her relationship with Makoto got developed, or we see more about it, and it is amazing. The whole thing with like the tree and the time god is spectacular. I would say her second story quest is, in my opinion, one of the best written quests in the entire game, hands down. And yeah, that's basically that second story quest. Her character development is effectively complete, you know. Um, so she started off really not great because we barely get anything of her. After her or after her first story quest, she kinda get like the push to develop her character, but still doesn't really show much because it's a dating sim. The second story quest pushed her character development to like 11, and I really loved it. Yeah, overall, her characterization up until the second story quest is basically a constant upstream, and I really like it. So yeah, overall she's a very well written character. But is there anything I don't like about her as like her characterization and all of that stuff? Well, technically I have a few nitpicking points. First off, she doesn't really face consequences for her action, for her, staying inside for 500 years. And yeah, see, in the second story quest, you have to fight her puppet for like 500 years, and that's a long time. And that can be seen as like a punishment. I would actually hope to see some kind of punishment or basically some kind of consequence from the people, because he effectively can't ignore the war that is happening in Inazuma. So there should have been some consequence for that, but there isn't. So I don't know. I just feel that's kind of a weak characterization moment of that. And then the second nitpicking point is that she barely appear in anything other than her story quest. Like she barely appear in event. I mean, she's like a busy person and all of that stuff, but like, come on, girl. Leave your house for a moment. Go touch grass. Like, go to event and stuff. Go to other nation to see how things are going there. Go to Mondstadt to beat up Venti, for example. Go to Liyue to meet with Zhang Li. Basically, she need more appearance in event and stuff. And also, all the event that she appeared in for like what 2 seconds, and then she just go back home. Like, what's up with that, huh? She's one of the most popular character. They need to use her more. And yeah, that's really my main issue with her overall characterization. It's not really a characterization. It's basically just appearance, character appearance in the quest and event. She needs to appear more. And yeah, that is pretty much it on characterization and lore. Overall, very, very well written and solid character. Uh, she should have appeared more in like other story quests or event. But other than that, let's talk about her character design. So I'm gonna pause the compilation for the cutscene portion and go into the actual in-game footage. This is probably gonna be the only in-game footage that you guys see on my kind of video because my laptop, this fucking thing right here, is so weak. It cannot handle gameplay. Like the only time when it runs smoothly is when I'm in the character screen. So I feel like I'm gonna use this to talk about her character design and all that stuff. So first of all, what do you think of character or of Raiden Shogun character design? She is pretty good. Like, if we look at her design right now, we can basically split it into two halves. The top half and the bottom half. And let's talk about the top half first. Um, and even in the top half, we can basically split it into two again, which is the right side and the left side. What I mean is her right side and her left side. And in the top half, I feel like the concept that they are going for is to be a combination of both Makoto, like more elegant, more how do I say it? More royal side of things, and a more warrior and more practical side of things. So they take that too. Boom, we got the top half of her design. So let's try our best to analyze it. So if we look at her right side, which is the side I'm looking at right now, we can see she wear a very fancy headwear. Right? Is it an ornament? I think, yeah, I think it's overall an ornament. Very fancy, very royalty, and also her dress is very flowy. We have like these long sleeve going on with her, and also um the predominantly white costume or white dress also put more emphasis on the regal and fancy and elegantly of her right side. And that represent Makoto's side of things, and it looked really nice. On her left side, however, the side that represent A, we see that her head have nothing going on there because why would a warrior wear a ornament on their head? You know, it's impractical. And also the armor pad here, armor piece here, the shoulder pad, whatever they're called, even though it looks stupid as like a practical purpose, for like a practical purpose, because why would you wear that? But it's a decoration. It serves its purpose as at like an emphasis on the warrior side of things. And if you look at the sleeve, she basically tucked her sleeve off to allow her arm more movement and faster movement. And I feel like that is also another great way to emphasize her warrior side of things. And yeah, other than that, we have like another ornament here below her chest, which is that, yeah, it's an electro symbol, which basically represent her element, and also the red around her body here put a nice contrast to like the mostly white and purple color scheme. So that is very nice. However, my favorite part about her top half design is the back. The thing about character design in Genshin Impact is that they put like most of their effort in the back of the character design. We have like glowy hair, as we have seen right now. Yep, perfect timing, amazing look, amazing color, and I just like Archon hair in general. They look so nice. And also, look at this. Look at her back. The amount of detail they have in her back, the way like all the painting or all the detail on like her dress and sleeve just make up the overall picture. It just look really nice, and overall it is very fitting for her. I have no complaint. My main complaint, however, is her bottom half. What were they thinking? Like, I don't know. I mean, I know sexualization is like a must in a character design of a gacha game, but come on, man. They could have done so much more with it. They could have give her a short skirt like Navia. They could give her something like Himiko from Honkai Star Rail, which is basically a full skirt or a full dress with one of her legs out. It would still look appealing. Or they could give her something like, go full warrior. Give her a proper pant and stuff. There's so many more things they could have done with her. Yet they choose the laziest way to do it, which is basically just cut her costume in half. And I literally mean they cut it in half because they cut it so high that we can still see her underwear. What is up with that? I hate it so much. I mean, her stocking and shoe is really pretty, but that's pretty much it. Overall, looking at her front, it looks so incomplete. I just, I'm not a big fan of it. I am not a big fan of her bottom half design. They could have done so much more, yet they choose the lazy way out, and I hate it. So yeah, that is all about her character design. Now let's go back to YouTube because again I cannot show you like proper gameplay because my laptop is fucked. Where we'll be going to her abyss clear. Thank you for hold on a second, let this load. Oh my god, can this thing load faster? Thank you for Alicia for providing the the footage for me to discuss. I'll be linking them down below. Go check it out. Pretty cool video. But yeah, Raiden Shogun. Let's talk about her animation first. I would say in general her animation is 10 out of 10. I love her scale. I love her normal basic attack. I love her burst. I'm such a big fan of the whole shattering class aesthetic she have going on. It feels really powerful and as you can see right there. So cool, so satisfying, so fast paced, and yet it still feels really, really cool. So overall, there's not really that much thing to say about her animation. Like it's just looked amazing. Again, look at that. The whole shattering class effect. I have no complaint. And no, okay, you know what? That's all I have for animation. She's basically perfect. Her gameplay and character archetype overall, I feel like it's really, really well done. Like I feel like ever since version 2.0, Hoyoverse have been focusing heavily on making each element an archetype. And for A and Electro in general, they put more emphasis on the energy recharge side of things. And to be honest, it is executed very, very well. And also, as a character, she is very useful. She could be used as a full EM build for Hyper Bloom. She could be used as like a battery, or she could be used as a main DPS. Overall, I really like how they did her character. Like they have a concept and they execute it perfectly. And yeah, that is all I have to say. Okay, sorry about that, guy. My mom came up and I have something to do. But yeah, overall, that's all I have to say about her. So let's plug her into my document and see how I rate her. Um, hold on, let this load. So yeah, Genshin character review, Raiden Shogun. Story and characterization. I would give her an overall 8 out of 10. Very nice, very solid characterization. Could have done a little bit more, but most of them is just nitpicking. Character design and animation, I would probably give her 6 out of 10 on her animation. Because, wait, no, not her animation, her costume design. Just, even though the top half is very good, the bottom half just suck. I'm sorry. It's just bad. Okay? And what about her animation? Her animation is 10 out of 10, so 6 and 10 is 18. Wait, no, 16. I'm dumb. 16 divided by 2 is also 8 out of 10. Wow. Very high, very high. Okay. You know what? That's pretty cool. And gameplay wise, um, I would say she's a 9 out of 10. Um, she's pretty much executed perfectly as a character with all her niches and basically what they want to do with her character. And yeah, so 8, 8, and 9, which is, what's the calculation? 8 plus 8 plus 9, 25 divided by 3, um, 8.3. I will lower it to just 8 because, you know what? Yeah, 8.5. And yeah, overall, really good character. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching and be sure to like and subscribe. This is the first video of the series and I'm really hoping this will turn out well. And other than that, see you guys later. Bye.